It's an email never meant for public consumption. Dated September 27, 2010, this exchange between Major General David Bice, former Joint Guam Program Office Executive Director, and other high-ranking Navy officials has elicited a strong reaction among some. The subject line reads, "Brief of Paget." In it, Bice writes that a successful acquisition of Route 15 will require an elimination of all impacts to Paget Historic Village. Senator Judy Gutherds chairs the committee for the Guam buildup.
I think what General Bice is saying is that they recognize there's some stumbling blocks on acquiring land on Route 15 and on the Paget issue, and I think he recognized that they need to just drop that Paget issue and forget Paget.
But in the email, Bice continues, saying the military will eventually get the land it wants.
But aren't they saying, we can get all of the land eventually, including an SDZ over Paget?
Well, I think he's very over-optimistic.
Arrogant is the word Levin Camacho of the group We Are Guahan uses when he describes the tone of the email.
Basically what it says is, in the short term, let's offer some sweeteners to the legislature and to the people of Guam and to the governor. But I think that's the exact quote is, we can get all of the land eventually, including an SDZ or surface danger zone over Paget.
Bice writes, quote, "Groups opposing marine relocation are successfully seizing Paget as a means to gain legitimacy with the public. Need to take the issue off the table and isolate them," end quote.
To see this kind of mentality that they don't want to be forthcoming with the people of Guam, they want to offer sweeteners, they want to isolate groups like We Are Guahan, like the Guam Preservation Trust, like the National Trust for Historic Preservation.
But while Camacho is unnerved by the email, Senator Gutherds is reassured.
This email to me is sort of recognition, if you read it carefully, that the only way they can ever get any land from the government of Guam is with the expressed approval of the Guam legislature.
Gutherds likely referring to language in the email, such as, quote, "Some members of the legislature will attempt to block all land acquisition until other issues with Fed government are resolved. Need to give legislature a deal they can't refuse."
For me to read that and to hear Assistant Secretary of the Navy Fanistow come out and to hear Undersecretary of the Navy Robert Work come out and make these promises about 24-hour access 7 days a week, unimpeded access to Paget Village, no impacts on Paget Village, and then you see these internal discussions about how they have every intention of eventually putting a surface danger zone over that area. It's really it's disappointing, it's frustrating, and it's unacceptable.
John Jackson, director of the Joint Guam Program Office, responded to the leaked email saying, quote, "This email shows that the highest levels of Navy leadership were and continue to be directly involved in finding solutions to the concerns expressed by the people and the government of Guam about the buildup."
I would encourage people, don't take my word for it, don't take anyone else's word for it. Read the email, see it in its context, see the tone, see the language, the exact quotes that are used, and get your own impressions.
To do so, you may log on to KUAM.com. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Lanny Walker.